Hi guys, Melissa Johnson-Haight here, independent Scentsy consultant, back with you again today for Melter's Mixers. And I have two videos. One is like a special edition, so I'll do that one separately. And then this other video, I might do that one tomorrow. Just so you don't see me in the same attire. But then the other one is some of the mixes that I've been working on from you guys and things. So let's get into the mixes from you guys. So let's see. So this is fun because I was watching Robin H, and she had gotten some friend mail from Sarah in New Zealand, and one of the bars that she got from Sarah was mixed berry pavlova, and so I thought that sounded really good. It was I didn't write it down, doesn't matter. But it was kind of like a well, the bars that sounded the closest to it that that I have in my stash from Scentsy were sun-ripened berries and cinnamon buttercream to do that mixed berry pavlova. Now, I've never smelled mixed berry pavlova, so I have no idea if this compares to it or not, but I did enjoy the mix. So I did a cube of sun-ripened berries, and I did 4 in this room and 4 in that room because I have another mix that went with it that I'll explain in a minute. So I did 4 cubes of sun-ripened berries, or I might have done 2. Pretty sure I did 4, and I used 1 for another mix. That's why. There's 5 gone. I was like, why is there 5 gone? So I did 4 in this room of this one with the sun-ripened berries and the cinnamon buttercream. Now, cinnamon buttercream to me, it's got like mascarpone cheese, and basically it gives me a cream cheese kind of a smell with like a hint of cinnamon. And then sun-ripened berries, which is like raspberry. It's mostly raspberry to me, but like strawberry. Like I mostly get kind of like a raspberry strawberry mixed candy, kind of like a hard candy. So mixing these together, it's what I imagined sun-ripened berries and cinnamon buttercream together. It's what I imagine mixed berry pavlova would sound like compared to compared to what Robin was saying, describing mixed berry pavlova. So if you have those, try that. So I did that in this room. Now, interestingly enough, when I was going through mixes from you guys and ideas, Rini recommended putting together cinnamon buttercream with red, white, and berry pie. So basically it's going to give you a similar kind of a feel. Now, when I melt you guys, too many berries. Now, when I mix red, white, and berry pie, I get mostly like cherries. So it's like if you were to take a cherry out of like cherry pie filling and chew on the cherry, how it's got kind of like that sugary sweet cherry. I don't really get, if anything, I get like a phyllo dough, which doesn't really smell like anything feel. It's like a real light flaky pastry that doesn't really smell or taste like much when you're eating it. So if you've ever had an Arby's cherry turnover, that's what red, white, and berry pie reminds me of. So, you know, of the 2 mixes, I kind of think I liked Rini's better, mixing that with cinnamon buttercream. I feel like red, white, and berry pie is like a richer, obviously it's cherry versus like a strawberry raspberry kind of a feel. And this is more candy-like, where this is more like pie filling. it's, this was just richer. So I have to say that when doing this at the same time, I kind of feel like this was the better mix of the two versus sun ripened berry. So if you kind of want to get that mixed berry pavlova feel, try red, white, and berry pie with cinnamon buttercream. Now, I mean, Robin would have to do it to tell you if it's anything like it, but because she's had that bar and she's experienced that bar, so definitely try red, white, and berry pie. So thank you, Rini, and I'm glad I spotted that and did that at the same time, because I do think this was the better mix. This was the better choice to use with cinnamon buttercream. So it was richer. I mean, I'd say they had about the same performance, except that red, white, and berry pie, I think, is slightly stronger. And I don't know if it's because it was richer that it seems stronger. I mean, cherry can be a little bit stronger than raspberry, strawberry anyway. I don't know. This was richer. I actually liked Rini's mix more. And she didn't say anything about mixed berry pavlova. I just found it interesting that while I was trying to recreate that from watching Robin's video, here Rini had a similar one. So thank you so much for that. So, I mean, it was like a nice medium performance, you know, medium strength. I mean, I only get like a day pretty much, a little bit into the next day, but not much. So definitely try those. And then Leslie Phillips had recommended for cozy fireside vibes, and I know I talked about this in a previous video, but she had recommended putting these together in alternating warmers. I had mixed them one-on-one, which I actually really liked that, but around the campfire kind of took over doing that. So I wanted to try it again, but do it in alternating warmers like she recommended. So around the campfire with Christmas Cottage. And I do think that even though I still think around the campfire wins, it's beautiful. You do get a bit more Christmas Cottage when you alternate them. But I do still think that, and maybe it's just my nose, but I do think that around the campfire wins a little bit more in that mix. But I think it's gorgeous. I absolutely love around the campfire all by itself. So it was fun kind of pairing something with it. So definitely try that. But I do think that Leslie's correct. Do the alternating. I just wanted to see what they were like if I mixed them one-on-one. And although I did really enjoy that, I do think that she's definitely onto something with the alternating. So that way they compete less with each other. But be prepared that you will tend to smell a little more around the campfire than you do Christmas Cottage, but you'll be able to pick up Christmas Cottage more doing the alternating. So it doesn't drown it out as it kind of tends to want to do. But it was like a medium performance. I mean, I smelled it into the next day. It's like a medium strength. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And then Leslie had another one that I wanted to try. She recommended this time putting together, oh, and I think Linda H might have just reviewed this. I think I just watched this exact review. And Linda really liked it, and so did I. So that is so funny. It just hit me. Gimme candy with clove and cinnamon. Now I have a tester of clove and cinnamon. So I love this mix together. I would totally do that again. It was a nice medium to strong performer. It was into the next day. I tend to change it every day, but so I can't really give you a whole lot of longevity. Sometimes if they're really good the next day, like strong, I still keep them in. But I mean, this was just kind of like lighter to me, but when I came home the next day, I could still smell it. So that's Gimme Candy with clove and cinnamon. It was beautiful. Gimme Candy's kind of like a candy corn buttercream kind of a smell. Oh, it's so good. Got slightly butterscotch. I love that one. It's like a butterscotch Brock's candy on cold. And you do still kind of get a hint of that when you're melting it, but yeah, Gimme Candy's a good one. And then mixed with clove and cinnamon, it brought out a little bit of spice in it. So you do get the clove, the cinnamon a little bit. So it just adds some oomph to like that butterscotch, buttercream kind of a flavor. So I really love this one. Like, loved it a lot. So I've already put clove and cinnamon in my club from the Scents of the Season. So definitely mix that with Gimme Candy. Gimme Candy's in my club too. So I love that. So thank you, Leslie, for that one too. And then I did another one by Pamela Petroni. She recommended putting together almond croissant with apple butter frosting. So when we were in Kansas, I got a bar from my daughter of apple butter frosting because she has this in her club. It is good. It's never just wowed me. Like, I find ones that are similar that I like a little bit more. But with almond croissant, it was pretty. Almond croissant, I normally get like Captain Crunch cereal. And it's funny because I remember when I was first melting this, it smelled very almond croissant-ish to me. And then the more I melted it, the more I feel like all by itself, it's an amazing mixer. But all by itself, I kind of feel like it gives me Captain Crunch cereal vibes. Isn't that funny? So I was going to kick it out of my club, and then I'm just like, you know, it ends up continuously being a really great mixer. So almond croissant for now is going to stay. If I end up needing room, I may kick it out at some point, but I do love it as a mixer, and it is really yummy with apple butter frosting. This one is medium, maybe medium to light a little bit. It's slightly towards the lighter side. It wasn't as strong as the Gimme Candy and clove and cinnamon, but with spice, you're always gonna kind of get more oomph. And I find apple butter frosting is really light anyway. Guess that's one of the reasons why it's never really super duper impressed me like it does everybody else. But I wouldn't be sad to see it back, but you know, Scentsy does what Scentsy does. But anyways, it's beautiful. It's kind of like, it's got a bakery vibe. The apple butter frosting kind of adds like this slightly, to me, apple butter frosting is a little bit like applesauce with butter, if that even makes sense. So, I mean, I do get a butter vibe, like apple butter frosting, and that could just completely be psychosomatic. But I feel like it's a little bit buttery versus buttercream. So, this plays nicely together because of the buttery kind of a feel that you get in the pastry from almond croissant. You kind of get that rich butter feeling from apple butter frosting. But I just like the hint of apple with like the bakery. So it was very nice. I enjoyed it. So thank you, Pamela. It's a nice medium to light performer. Only lasted a day for me, but that's typical with bakery. So, except I think Gimme Candy lasts longer, and the spice from clove and cinnamon. So, but like bakery itself tends to just be a day. I kind of think this next one, there's two in here. Graham Cracker Crunch it's a stronger one. It's medium to strong, and I think that one lasts a little bit longer. Kind of like Gimme Candy, so I guess it depends on the bakery. But okay, so I absolutely love this one. This is from Cheyenne, and you guys, I cannot recommend this one enough. Because this was really good, except I just realized that I missed the crayon apple crumble from this. Now I need to get a bar of crayon apple or of scarlet sunflower to make this mix again because I just reading that I miss crayon apple crumble. But what I did, sorry Cheyenne, I messed it up slightly. But I did a cube of scarlet sunflower with graham cracker crunch, and this was gorgeous. This was absolutely beautiful, and I would totally do this again. Scarlet sunflower is like slightly floral. It's so hard to describe. It's very body care, which is interesting, but it released in a limited time offer body care bundle today. I mean, it's ever so slightly like floral, but body care more floral. It's not like, to me, it's not headache inducing floral, but I don't always get headache inducing floral like other people are more sensitive to. But you almost get like the harvest fruits from it too. It's like a fruity, slightly floral body care. And mixed, you wouldn't think that would be amazing mixed with graham cracker crunch, but it actually really was, and I loved it. So quite honestly, Cheyenne, I can't even imagine, but crayon apple crumble, it's got like this, like a tart apple in it, not like Granny Smith, maybe, it's not quite as bright as Granny Smith, but it's like a tart apple. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Kind of like a crab apple. I mean, those are, you don't really want to eat those. Those are pretty tart. I mean, I guess sort of, I feel like Granny, it's not the same kind of tart apple that's in Jack's Obsession. Like, that's definitely Granny Smith apple, but it's like a bright tart apple, kind of like you're eating. But crayon apple crumble, I mean, it's like tart apple, but it's like I mean, you kind of get the brown sugar in it too, but it's harder to describe. It feels like a red apple, but like a tart red apple. Maybe slightly Honeycrisp, but Honeycrisp is on the sweet side. So anyways, doesn't matter. But you get this like amazing apple with kind of like this brown sugar vibe from crayon apple crumble. So I can't even imagine how great that would be if you did add that in here too. So graham cracker crunch, which is the graham cracker, and slight marshmallow vibe for me. And scarlet sunflower, which is that, you know, fruity, slightly floral body care. It was so good. And then I think the crayon apple crumble would be amazing with it too. So sorry, Cheyenne, that I messed that up. I don't know why I didn't read and I have crayon apple crumble. It's just I don't have any more scarlet sunflower. Shoot. I messed that up, but I'd have to buy another. But that was very good. I absolutely would highly recommend, please try scarlet sunflower with graham cracker crunch. And if you happen to have crayon apple crumble, try that too. Because that was, I can't even imagine, because this was so good, I can't even imagine how much better it would have been with crayon apple crumble. Can't believe I didn't read that. So, but then I was thinking, I wonder what it would be like to put pumpkin roll. And I did 2 cubes of graham cracker crunch with like 2 testers of pumpkin roll. So pumpkin roll is kind of like pumpkin cake to me. And then you get like the graham cracker slightly marshmallow. So it's very good. I really love this one too. I actually like Cheyenne's a little bit more than this, but I love this too. Again, they're both like medium performers. I mean, they're bakeries, so to me, they lasted a day, maybe slightly into the next day. But graham cracker crunch is the best mixer. It's amazing on its own. It's the best mixer. So I loved it with pumpkin roll. Like, I loved it. And I actually think because I didn't use pumpkin cinnamon swirl, which has that kind of icing note in it too, and I did just pumpkin roll and graham cracker, I actually think I do prefer or like that more, because imagining like an icing note with it, I think it's better this way. So I think it's just richer. And it doesn't have that like sweet note in it. I mean, there's a little bit of sweetness from like, kind of like a marshmallow, melted marshmallowness of this one. It's not really toasted, but it's like marshmallow fluff. Oh, you guys, so good. Love. So I came up with that one, and I really enjoyed that one too. But definitely try Cheyenne's, because that was amazing. That was my favorite that I did this round. I mean, it was so good. And then Gimme Candy and Cinnamon and Clove from Leslie. Again, phenomenal. And then I did this mix. Jennifer Kerwin had recommended putting together Snowberry, which I don't actually have a bar of Snowberry. I just have the tester, and Polar Bear Hug. Now, you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of Polar Bear Hug. Polar Bear Hug kind of has like this slight Play-Doh vibe. And I think that's why I don't love it, because it's not Play-Doh, but it's got this almost like it could borderline turn Play-Doh. I think that's why I don't love Polar Bear Hug. Like, I'm team Arctic Kiss, which is different. But they're similar but different. But mixed with Snowberry, it was very nice, but I still got a little too much Polar Bear Hug, which kind of still gave me a slight Play-Doh vibe. So don't be offended, because it's just me and Polar Bear Hug. If you love Polar Bear Hug, I definitely think that you will love this, because I could see where she's going with it. Snowberry is so pretty. I'm really actually surprised I didn't bring it back. To me, I mean, it's Loganberry, but it's got kind of like a slight tree note with like this berry, which I guess is the Loganberry. I don't know. I mean, it's like a fruity, and it's not trees and pine or evergreen or any of the tree scents, but to me, it's got like a slight tree vibe to it. But you get like the Loganberry. And Loganberry, I don't even know what a Loganberry is, but I know that it's different than all the other berries. I liked where she was trying to go with it. I just think if my nose liked Polar Bear Hug more, I would totally understand what she's doing there. More than my nose is kind of like, kind of slightly picking up Play-Doh. But if I melt Polar Bear Hug on its own, I slightly pick up Play-Doh. I mean, I could get like the Snowberry in it. So for those who love Polar Bear Hug, try this, because I do think that you'll like it, because if you like Polar Bear Hug, you don't get any Play-Doh-ish vibe. And I know that you'll love this. Like, I know you will. And I think what she was trying to do was quite lovely. It's just me and my nose and Polar Bear Hug. So don't feel bad. Now, some mixes, I don't pick up that Play-Doh-ish note, and I think, oh, I think I should like Polar Bear Hug. And then there's times if I try to do this on its own, or certain mixes, I still pick it up, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I don't love Polar Bear Hug. But that's just me. I know that I'm unique. So many people love Polar Bear Hug. So many people. And they don't get that Play-Doh vibe. So I'm weird. So thank you, Jennifer Kerwin, because I know what you're trying to do. Because I mean, I pick up the Snowberry enough to know what you're doing. And it's pretty. It's just my nose doesn't love Polar Bear Hug. But that's okay. Because so many people don't pick up on that, and you will totally enjoy that, because what she was trying to do was lovely. So I mean, I could sense where she was going with that. And then it's funny, I had 2 people recommend this mix, which I thought was funny when I was going through these, when I was writing them down and sorting out my testers. Angela Spears and Hunter KR07 both recommended putting together Silver Bells And that's what I did with the rest of this bar. Silver Bells and Polar Bear Hug. That's where the rest of my bar went. So I did 2 cubes of Polar Bear Hug and 2 testers of Silver Bells. Again, this is really pretty. Again, if you love Polar Bear Hug, try it because I do think that you're going to love it. I'm just not super in love with Polar Bear Hug. But Silver Bells is kind of like it's like a soft mint, kind of like a buttermint. It's like a vanilla candy cane. And then almost like a warm vanilla sugar vibe to it. I love Silver Bells. And again, it's pretty. I mean, again, you guys, I'm feeling what you're trying to do. I can sense the prettiness of it because when I get the Silver Bells, I'm like, oh yeah. And if I didn't kind of get Play-Doh, if you just got, what are the notes in this? Is there blackberry in this? Polar Bear Hug. It's very like, kind of like cozy cardigan-ish, body care. I mean, it's on the softer side, but then putting like the minty vanilla-ness, like warm vanilla sugarness of Silver Bells with Polar Bear Hugs. You can totally see where those guys are going with this. Angela Spears and Hunter KR07. Totally see what you're trying to do, just like Snowberry. It's just me, I just don't love Polar Bear Hug. So don't be offended. It's just, and I wish I didn't kind of pick up Play-Doh sometimes, but I do. But I do love how Silver Bells, with that minty, like that vanilla minty, warm vanilla sugarish vibe. I do love Silver Bells. So you guys, I know what you're trying to do, and it was pretty. It was pretty. It's just I sometimes get the Play-Doh. And it's not like Play-Doh. It's just like, oh, it kind of like, it's not like it smells like Play-Doh, but it's just kind of like Polar Bear Hug kind of wants to start to go there for me. So I get a real light Play-Doh vibe. But I see what you're doing and it's lovely. So if you like Polar Bear Hug, please try it with Silver Bells and with Snowberry if you have those, because that was fun. I knew what you guys were doing, and it's like this just almost pretty perfumey body care is what Polar Bear Hug does with, you know, and it just kind of adds like this pretty girly vibe to it, to like Silver Bells and Snowberry. So it's a very pretty girly vibe. So try those. Yeah. So you guys, that's melters, mixers this week. Those are ones that I got through suggestions with you guys, and I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much, guys. Keep commenting, and I'll keep trying stuff and share it with everyone else so we can all share in the opportunity with the ideas and go, oh, like I would totally love that. Like there are so many Polar Bear Hug fans. You guys are probably like, oh yeah, I'm trying that and I'm trying that. And the bakery people and everything else, like I just had fun. So thank you so much, you guys, for sharing with me. I do appreciate it, and I am having so much fun trying those. Yeah, and so stay tuned. I'll go through tomorrow the special edition one that I've been working on too. I'm working on another one currently that someone else asked me to find some good mixes for, so stay tuned, and we'll go over those soon. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.